G'day, welcome to Art with Alison. Today I'm going to be doing a little canvas 8x8 with some lovely aquas and greens. And just to let you know that I've got a house full of dogs and it's night time and they're sleeping, so you're probably going to hear a lot of snoring because they're all in the room with me. All 9 Labradors. I breed dogs. Anyway, so getting on with it, I'm just going to layer up a little cup which just takes 100 mils, so probably do about 75 mils and have a pour. All right, I'll layer it up. Alright, so I've layered the cup up. I'll just quickly go through the colours. So this is Araldo White, just a soft mand on a mand. They're all basically soft mand on a mand. It's important when doing pours to try and keep them all the same consistency. That's probably the most important thing. The only difference might be your metallics. So this one is Araldo Deep Sea. This one is Araldo Metallic Jade. So yeah, it's just slightly thicker. It's just sometimes the metallics surprisingly float. You end up just with a thin film across the top, so that's why you need to keep them a bit thicker. This one is Araldo. It's a mixture of cool blue, warm blue, and a touch of black, just to make up. I love this colour. It's like a deep royal blue, almost a navy. And this one here is Raldo Turquoise. Right, and this one here, this is actually Deco Art Satin Enamel in the Seaside Blue. So yeah, I just thought I'd give this a try, and there's only a touch of it in there, one little layer. And oh, it's also, so I've mixed that with a little bit of the turquoise and a little bit of white, just to bring it back basically to the colour it was. Just to add some paint to it, and then a little bit of Floetrol to get it to the consistency that I wanted. This is the only one that I only just made up. The rest I made up yesterday. And oh yes, then a little bit of the Deco Art Aquamarine. So, alright, let's give this a go. I'll just clear this away and back in a tick. Alright, we've got a very loud snorer in the room. Most of them snore very loudly. My dogs. Alright, I'll just put a little bit of this lovely deep blue in the middle. Just for something to glide across. It just helps stop the paint from your pour from rolling over on itself. Just gives it something to help it glide out. Alright. So I'll do a ring pour. I'm going to try and be careful and just do the rings carefully, basically. Fairly wide rings. Let's see what it gives us, eh? I'll bring the rings in a bit closer. Now it's getting towards the middle. Well, it's all in the middle. Now it's getting towards the end, which you'll end up with that middle being the most central part, really. That'll do. Alright, well, that's interesting. We've got one little line here with some cells in it. And it's in the dark, well, medium blue. Of course, you know, your paints will all start mixing together a bit. I'll just give that a torch. When you're just doing the pour, it creates bubbles. Even if you've got all the bubbles out of your paint, you still get some just by pouring it. Alright, now I'll just use this to go around the edges. Might just prop this up in this corner. As it seems to be heading that way. Just while I sort this out. It's important not to go over the top of your pour with anything. Right, let's give it another torch. Oh, some pretty cells here. I think that's from the deco out satin enamel. And I love this bit here. I'll just stretch this out and see what we've got. I'll just take these away. Don't really want to drip paint all over them. Just go to around the edges and the sides without going off just yet. Just helps it to stretch it out more evenly. Once it goes off the corners or the sides, it then starts dragging on itself. Oh, going off that edge. Right, I've got lots of push pins under here, so I don't need to hold the edges or the sides. Alright, I'm going to let that go off there. I'll just make sure that has gone off, so it helps. Basically, so I don't have to go back if I don't want to. See how it's pulling up this end now because it's gone off the edge? Now if you want to, you don't need to go off all the way around. If I wanted to, I could just keep it like that. It's actually quite pretty. No. Just pulling it down so it, again, if I don't have to go back there if I don't want to. I tell you what, I do love the stripe on that side. Would it look odd to have one corner in deep blue? I'm loving what's happening up here and there, and I love those stripes there actually. Not so keen on the middle. You don't need to keep the middle. I think I'll just pull that off. Bring it back. Might sort of let it go down that way a little bit. I'm going to chip it off a bit more. Bring the paint back. Main reason for this is so that you don't end up with a whole heap of paint at one end, and then which makes a thicker layer in one part of the canvas and a thinner layer in another, which I believe can lead to cracking. It can make it more likely you'll get cracking. Alright, I'll try not to sit back in the paint. Bring it down here. It's quite pretty. Alright, I'll just do my corners. Just try and match the paint up as best as possible. Now in this corner, of course, it's all the dark blue, the straight dark blues, so it's better to use it straight from the container, otherwise if I try picking any up off the mat, it will be contaminated with other colours. So I need to turn that around and see what's happening on the other side. Okay, well, that's quite pretty. I'll bring you in for a close-up. Okay, so here it is. It's quite pretty. There's metallics in there. Shining just gently. When they dry, they'll probably glisten in the right lights. I actually like these lines here. I think they're really pretty. This area here, this is definitely my favourite. I think it's very pretty. So now the next day you can see it's just starting to dry on the edges. Just thought I'd come in for a few more close-ups. Because it cut out unexpectedly before. And I was showing you this area, just so pretty. I'm glad I kept that corner. That blue there is so pretty. Love all these aquas and turquoises, blue. Okay, well, I think you've seen enough. Alright, thank you ever so much for watching. I do appreciate it ever such a lot. And big thank you to everyone who's subscribed to my channel. Remember, it's free. And yeah, hey, I'm nearly at 600. So I know it's not many compared to most, but I'm pretty excited. Thank you again. You take care, keep safe. Okay, bye for now.